first, I want to ask, why do you assume that it's a lady? Why can it be a man? Because I don't put no lady up there. I just put skinny versus plus size.
Well, I'm speaking for myself.
Okay, you like ladies. Okay. All right.
So
I mean, it's okay. I like the
it's not,
ladies too.
I mean, it would be the same question, yeah.
Mm.
But the question I'm asking for you
Mm.
is what do you mean by big?
Big.
Because
I
there's
didn't
three
put
different bigs I know.
what okay, what are the two different bigs?
So there's the healthy, the
Mm-hmm.
unhealthy, and then your body mass index.
Mm-hmm.
So compared to your height,
Mm-hmm.
is your weight proportional to your body?
Yeah. That part is what I would refer to. But
So we're going off of BMI.
we're going off of BMI. What is basically Silas Pro? Oh, hold on, Silas Pro. There's I mute you because there's an echo. So when I unmute you, yeah, but that's not the thing. That's not the point. It's not about what you hear. It's about what I hear. Silas, I don't have to go over this all the time with you. Eh? So now, okay, we're going about we when we think about BMI, we think about what is the right proportion for your body, basically. Again, there's no big up there. It's just plus size. Jay, go ahead, Jay.
Well, muscle is 3 times heavier than fat. So, I mean, do you want someone who's fit or you want someone that you can take care of? What kind of woman are you or man you looking for?
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When you think about skinny versus plus size, what are your thoughts? What comes to mind?
When I hear skinny, I think I'm not sure if you know who Twiggy is.
Twiggy.
She's the first skinny model. She was very, very skinny.
Okay, let me see. Twiggy. Is she from? Oh, English is an English modeler. She's a
Correct.
model actress. Okay, I cannot show it on TikTok, but I
So
can. Yeah.
prior to Twiggy, everyone believed that if you were a lot bigger, then you would be more rich because you're able to eat. When we know that now it's epigenetics.
Mhm. So
So
meaning
it may be your genetics that are bringing about if you are big or small. May I?
no, not yet, not yet. So okay, so basically, are you saying that Twiggy became somewhat of a role model of what how to be, basically?
She defined a term for Western skinniness.
She's very guys. For anybody that cannot don't know who Twiggy is, she's like a twig, and she's very slim, very slim. Well, skinny,
Is it slim or skinny?
skinny, skinny to
Thank you.
yeah,
Don't use word slim, but you know that.
yeah. I know, but
Because
but she's skinny,
so
Silas.
if she's slim, that means she's not skinny. When
Yeah.
I hear slim, I think of like someone who swims in the water. No, no, no. Somebody who's between. So that's a slim for you. Skinny, that means that person is skinny. You're talking about like a bone skinny. Skinny is like the old school models, right? So me,
Bones.
I'm old school. I know. And back in the days, in the 90s, 80s, 90s, when they all the model, the portrait was the skinny, right? You literally have
I am
bones.
both skinny, yeah.
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 So me grew
Both.
up in
Either one.
America, so I'm just saying I know what England do the same exact thing too. They used to, the models was skinny, excuse my language, as hell. Like they had no meat on them, literally.
Yeah.
So when you talk about slim now, it's in between. That means she's she's not skinny, but she has some kind of meat on her, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you go back to, um, for example, chunky, right? That means the right English word, right? Chunky.
Yeah.
People confuse the word. Chunky means Yeah, she healthy. You know what I'm saying? But she has some meat on her. That's chunky.
Chucky.
Now, if you talk about fat now, fat and obese, you got some people, they fat, but it go with their body. All right?
Yeah,
They go with their body and they
I'm
healthy.
good. Yeah.
Now, you got obese now. Obese is somebody who eat everything and then don't give it nothing about nothing. Right? That's obese. It doesn't matter if the chin falling in the chest, they don't want you to tell them that they fat. That's obese.
Yeah. Why they don't want to hear? Why is it that they are?
Because the lack of confidence, brother.
Okay. All right.
They don't want to admit the fact
Yeah.
that they
Men
take
are
it
so.
themselves.
Yeah, guys. Again, guys. When we are talking about this, this is not gendered. You can make it gendered based on
It don't have
based
nothing to do with no gender.
based on
It can
your
be man
standpoint.
or woman.
Hold on. Yeah, it can be men or women based on your standpoint. Again, so because I saw this question in the chat, men are so quick to speak on this. No, it's he could be speaking about a woman because he's
Nothing to do
interested.
with the gender.
Yeah, so it's more about just the idea or just the physical, the reality, exactly. So okay, let me ask you guys a question. Is is body size a major part of identity, of your identity? Do you find that your body parts are a major part of your identity or major?
It could be.
It could be. Go ahead. Do explain.
It could be, but it is not.
I do believe that. I don't.
So you don't believe that your body size is a part of your identity? Why not?
If you, okay, for example, I'm not mention no name here, but this man who's a basketball player, right? We all know who he is. He's huge, right?
Who?
Shaquille O'Neal.
I was thinking him. Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. He's yeah. I was thinking him. Swear.
There's nothing he can do about it. If he become skinny, he gonna look like an undertow. Know what I'm saying? So that's his body size. It's just like if Shaquille try to eat it little, right? He gonna become skinny. He gonna look funny. That's his body size. Now, if you, for example, somebody host like you, right? Super life. Let me tell you, like you,
Yeah.
if you try to change who you are, either you can blow spores, right? Or you become skinnier. Then you're gonna look funny.
Yeah.
That's your body size. That's who you are.
But that is,
That's a difference.
so it's not connected. You saying it's not connected to my identity. So basically everything. Okay, let's think about this because almost everything that I do, everything that we do, somewhat accommodate ourselves and give us confidence throughout the things that we do. So you're saying that body size is not a major part of one's identity. Is that what you're saying, Silas Pro?
Indeed.
Okay. All right. That's
Indeed.
cool.
Example, right? Let me give you an example as I'm a fan. I'm gonna mention her name. All right? I'm not doing commercial for her, but that's my fan. Celine Dion, right?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion is a tall woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see what everybody watching, they see what she go through, right? So if she try to get fat, that ain't gonna happen. That's her nature.
So, okay, so if she get fat, because one thing that I noticed is that since you're talking about Celine Dion, if Celine Dion would get fat, or even Lizzo, a lot of people know Lizzo, right? This American singer. She's a plus size singer, and she was singing about it and made it into her identity. And then what happened is she lost that weight and she's trying to re-image herself or rechange her focus and to becoming who is she, who is she? she's an American
But you
singer.
remember she was promoting the fatness.
Yeah, she was promoting the fatness. She was, yeah.
Why? That's different. Now, because she was eating unhealthy. Some people gain weight. It's not because they eat unhealthy. It's their nature.
What do you mean by this, their nature?
Right? There's a body nature. They gain weight, you gotta sweat. Some people eat, some don't even eat, they gain weight.
Yeah. All right, Silas, let's give Jay a chance. Guys, if some ladies want to come up, you guys can come up. Jay, so the same question goes to you. Is your body size a major part of your identity?
It can be, but it is not.
Okay, do explain.
As we're looking into science and into epigenetics, they are saying,
Exactly.
No, no,
You know,
Silas.
you're genetic.
Silas.
Some
Yeah.
people
they're saying that because India went through so many famines because of English colonialism, there are higher rates of getting diabetes, even if their family ate healthy their whole life. But because they are South Asian, they are more likely to get diabetes because of the generational famine.
So
So
that's what you meant. That's what you meant
identity
by that's what you meant earlier by epigenetics, right?
yes, that maybe you being fat or maybe you being skinny or fit has to do also with your grandparents and how they lived and its DNA sequence being sent down as a mechanism to keep you alive.
Thank you, Jay. May I say something?
No, it's his time. Jay, wait. Jay, you can decide whether you want to give him a chance.
Jay,
Yeah, I have nothing more to say. That's what I was
okay,
trying
no,
to say.
let me
It
respond
can
to
be.
what you're saying, right? Jay, people don't understand that a genetic, right? They think that what you call DNA, genetic, right? It passes the bloodline, right? So it depends on what the generation before you was doing. So now you inherited that, and there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it, really.
You can change yourself,
They are
but it's in your blood.
they're trying to make these
Yes,
manufactured
it's in your DNA.
CRISPR baby now. They think
It's in
they
your
can
DNA.
remove that
Wait.
gene.
It becomes a part of you.
Yeah, but do you understand there's also gene editing? Gene editing means if something is in your DNA, you can somewhat edit it or shift it to remove what you don't want, to remove the genes, the part that is not gonna be serving you. Or one thing that it can do as well is that what you could do is to have tests, because Jay, you were saying about doing should be doing going to the doctor for a checkup every 3 months. And this is how you can notice what's in your genes as well, what is your genetic telling you, so you can find ways to shift it. I'm not in the mind I'm not in the mindset I'm not in the mindset that you cannot do anything about it.
Know the symptoms.
What did you say?
They will not tell you unless you know the symptoms. Like here where I'm living, I don't know about the area, but because it is affecting my health, now I am seeing the effects, which can ultimately hurt my future children's.
Did you guys know also, just like the epigenetic that you just mentioned, what you were saying, that it's more predisposed, so meaning that if someone in your family has suffered from a previous illness, so some, for example, since we're talking about, but yes, it can be passed on to you. Yes. And did you know that you also no? Did you know that you can also shift it, change it? Did you know that? Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. I'm saying what?
Break the cycle.
Yes, exactly. You can break that cycle. It is possible.
Break the cycle.
So which?
That don't mean just because excuse me, my language.
No, 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 no.
American,
Don't squeeze your language. Just change your language. You can change it. Yeah, you can break the cycle.
make a mistake.
Yeah.
Make a consequence.
Pray for the consequences. Yeah, Philaspro, I think that's a different conversation though. But I'm really curious. I'm really curious. So I wanna know about that. To be honest, I wanna hear your thoughts because
Hey, well, let me tell you so, right? You see me? You know, I come to your life, a second life. I don't go to everybody because they don't understand. They don't energy that I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm a psycho. My father make a mistake. I'm not gonna pay for the mistake he makes.
how do you do that then?
That's another topic.
Okay, all right. So you're just gonna.
You have to know how to break that cycle.
So basically, okay, breaking cycles. Breaking cycle, first thing first. I mean, a lot of us know what sort of cycle, or we can see and examine what sort of cycle our parents or our family has brought us up with. Because again, the one way you can sometimes the one way to notice the cycle is because it's the very thing that gets you annoyed, pissed, or that's more of a psychological part. That's a psychological one. Annoyed, pissed, make you basically remove yourself or create basically a bridge between you and your family.
Say something.
But also when it comes to your body, this is a different situation. Through through testing, and to actually
Destiny, you're responsible for it.
through testing, that's how you can actually know. And not only that, but also you can hear what your parents are actually saying. So meaning if you recognize your family, someone of your family were plus size or skinny, that doesn't mean that you're gonna change it. It means that you have the ability
You change yourself.
you have the ability to take a different route. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's what it means. So
That don't mean, okay, for example, right?
thyroid isn't ordering combo at
I'm not mentioning no name, but if you look at like the Middle East, right? And if in Africa, some Africa, they believe in woman, the bigger she is, the more healthy she is, right? And even back in the days in my culture, you know what I'm saying, like Haitians, there's the thing that if the man belly big, right, he got money. And that's absurd to me. But when I studied myself, I grew up, I realized that no, that's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Because if a man eats so much rice, you eat banana, plantain, flour, type of flour, what's gonna happen? Your belly gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking nobody, I'm being truthful.
yeah, it's about the plus size thing because
Why?
plus size can be seen as something that is very attractive. That's why even that's why it depends. That's why they think a lot of the time they think black men love a plus size women. But still, as for you were saying earlier that you love plus size women, don't you?
Okay, let me tell you why.
Why?
How?
More cushion for the pushing?
A plus size woman with a big belly hanging.
But that's plus size. What type of
Plus size,
guys
not plus
are
size,
on
got
the
belly
big
hanging.
bags? What?
Let's be for real now. So what I'm saying is that I like a woman to have junk in the trunk. That's what I'm calling America.
Junk in the trunk.
Trunk
Sheesh.
means
Skinny is best.
I like my woman to have the ass, and she got that weight on her.
But Silas Pro, why does that matter though?
It doesn't matter to me
I mean,
because
it's
when I'm touching her, I want that meat, I want that thigh, I want that ass, I want that everything.
you want it all.
That's why black men, every black man love a thick woman.
Really?
To say, you want something to grab on.
Yeah, but that's where
I'm a master. So I'm speaking for every black man who know the truth.
really.
They're not gonna come over here and tell it. But me, yes, man.
Sheesh.
I love women with big ass.
So that's your kryptonite. If somebody is trying to get through you, they just need to find a woman with a big derriere.
I'm in control of myself.
Okay.
That don't mean I'm not fall for anything.
Wait, so it's not gonna like get you in that state that you become
I'm
weak.
crazy in my mind.
You're not gonna
I
become
know
weak.
what to choose. Just because she have a big, whatever you already know, big chunk, that don't mean that I'm gonna fall for her. But I'm gonna pick and choose.
You want a toy. What do you mean? Okay. Okay, guy. But Silas Pro, the big trunk, the big, it's a tool. It's what she used to go to the toilet. Why do you find that attractive
No,
though?
man, it's in my nature. I can't explain that to you. I love it. That's what I want. Listen, at the same time, I like skinny women too. But it depends. You know what I'm saying? Who she is. You know what I'm saying? For example, I like Asian women, right? I like Asian women. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know why I like Asian women? They keep their body, they when they eat, and they eat like hell, but they never get gain no weight. You know what I'm saying? So I like Asian women. But here's the thing. I like my sisters.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Asian has a body standard. Okay, Jay.
Exactly.
Jay, is that true that mostly all African men like a woman with a with a Buddha, how you call it? With a you know, with something in the back. Is that true?
Maybe regionally, it just depends where you're at. Like I said, in Asia, there is a standard that of what beauty is that's been made from colonial standards.
Okay.
And
Talk about that.
now Philippines will have one in every, I think 3 Filipinos have skin bleach because they believe that their color will provide them some sort of better future.
Yeah, but we're talking about we
Same thing.
we're talking about weight. We're talking about weight. Or we're talking about body size.
But I was saying there's a standard in Asia. They need to be shorter than the male. They need to be skinny. They need to have small feet. They need to. There's all these impossible standards. Like there's even this Chinese TikTok craze where you have to show that your stomach is as big as a sheet of paper. It cannot be bigger than the sheet of paper to show how skinny you are. Like
Yeah.
there are standards, and they all judge one another on that.
Okay. All right. So you say in some cultures they value skinny, some other cultures they value plus size. Is that what you're saying?
Beauty is regional.
It's regional.
It all goes from who is the main narrator of what the beauty standard is of the time.
Okay. I have a next question for you. Has body size can body size affect dating experiences? Everybody in the chat, does your body size affect your dating
Yes.
experiences? Because earlier I saw somebody in the chat says now she's skinny or slim, she's getting the yacht white boys type. But when she had ass,
May I say something?
before when she had ass, she was able to get all the black guys. I mean, yeah. So Jay, you said yes that body size can affect dating experience. How do you mean?
May I speak?
How do you mean, Jay?
Basically, let's say from the guy's point of view, we see it all the time in the movie where you have a regular looking guy and then the alpha male comes in with a big strong guy, and then the girl will always be looking at the strong guy. So now we have the regulars feeling as if, well, my body is not good enough for this lady. Maybe I need to work on getting more strong.
Okay.
when maybe the lady doesn't want a strong man. We are making these perceptions.
Okay. But most ladies want a man to be strong?
From
Because
what I've seen, yes.
yeah, most of the time it's what a woman would go for. She wants a strong man. I mean, so she can feel somewhat protected or somewhat
No,
of
not
someone.
where I'm from.
So wait, you from the US, you said, right? At this point.
I'm from LA.
LA.
And the women there believe they don't need a man, that they can use a man, that they are the embodiment of womanhood by not having to rely on a man. So
That's a different thing, but we're talking about the okay, so you're saying it doesn't we're talking about body size and yeah,
Okay.
LA is superficial, yeah, super superficial. It's more about
May I say something about what the brother say?
no, hold on. So LA is different, Jay.
it's multicultural. We have many different ethnicities and nationalities who live there. So the
Sure.
ideas can flow, and there's not a set standard.
Okay.
While, if you go to the village, cultural village where my mother is from, they have a set idea of how things should look and be.
Okay. All right. So you don't so you said yes, body size do affect dating experience and you mentioned it.
Yes.
Thank you, Mira. Appreciate it. All right, Silas Pro. Same question. You want to respond, Silas Pro now?
Yes. That's okay. In my experience, what I know, right?
Yeah.
You have some village, if you call it village or country in Africa, right? The bigger you are, the better to them.
You've said that before, but
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's proving the point. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. So it depends on personal preference, right? For some people, there's some people who's unhealthy. They don't want to admit they're unhealthy. Right? Because now, what you call in America, you eat junk, you eat anything come your way. You know what I'm saying? It's like growing up in Haiti, I remember when in about October, they would fuck the pig, right?
Yeah.
No, not disrespecting nobody, but they would fuck the pig.
Wait.
They give them
What?
avocado, they would feed everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the fatten
To fuck the pig.
fatten the pig. Yeah.
Right.
To make
So,
yeah.
now, there's some people who live their life like this, like that. And I'm being proven honest. They don't regulate what they eat. They don't care. They just eat and get fatter and fatter. They're 300 pounds. They don't care about that. Oh no, I'm sexy. No, you're not sexy. So, but there's some people, this body type, that's who they are. They might eat less and then still gain weight. As a matter of fact, I know there's people right here, it depends what you're eating too. It depends what you're eating. Because if you're eating some genetic food, it doesn't eat vegetable, you're going to gain weight because it's chemicals.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
These people, it's not their fault. And then some people body process chemical difference. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Some people are born skinny. It doesn't matter if they will never gain weight. It's a matter of fact that people who eat the most, they never gain weight.
Yeah, it
And I
depends.
know that for a fact.
It really depends. No, not really.
In your body,
No, it depends. It depends on your
That is
genetics.
true. I do have a friend that could eat a whole pizza by herself, and she'll go out and have a whole
Yeah,
glass of
but the
beer.
thing is, no,
She
no,
doesn't eat
we have to
anything.
understand. Yeah, she can eat anything.
you talk to the same thing, you kill yourself.
No. The thing is, okay, Silas, bro. The thing is not, is basically her genetics, is how her body is predisposed. But there are some things that she could eat. Then after one thing is for sure, she could enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, she's in her 20s, 30s, or what is? Around what age?
No, she's like 37,
Okay.
38.
Okay.
Her dad is slim, her mom is slim. It's definitely a genetic
genetic,
thing. Like
yeah.
she wants to gain some booty and she just can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I do know, I do work with a lot of women who are like that, who wants to gain, because that's one of the biggest, when you are skinny and your genetic, your family, you want to a family that are basically skinny, it's very hard for you to put on the weight. And even if
It's
you,
really hard on the opposite end too. Like
yeah,
both
exactly.
sides of my family are big. I had to go through very extremes to maintain what was considered a healthy weight, and I actually stopped ovulating. Like I did not get my period anymore by the time I hit 135 pounds.
Yeah. So,
I looked my best, but my hair was falling out, my nails were brittle.
but no, let her finish the last
You know
bro.
what that is?
What is that?
Go ahead, Alaya. So you were saying that, but the thing is, you said you went to an extreme weight loss journey, right?
Well, yeah, like it started off as like, like I already had a very active and healthy lifestyle. Like I was a professional dancer. Um, so very often I would be physical at least 8 hours out of the day. Plus I would go to the gym as well. So it's like how much more healthy, how much more exercising can I actually realistically do? I never ate out at McDonald's. I really didn't have an unhealthy lifestyle or an unhealthy way of living. But to maintain my career, once it's showtime, like I have to look a certain way.
What do you mean?
Who said that?
People pay me.
All right.
Yeah.
So you didn't
Yeah.
understand it though.
Like there is a industry standard.
So you torture your body.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So you listen. You know yourself. Who know you more than you?
Someone who watches me very closely.
No.
Yeah, but
You
know
more
yourself.
than yourself.
Probably my therapist.
Anybody else?
Yeah, okay, but Alaya, you said industry standard. But which one? Because I heard that a lot. There's industry standard to basically, how do you feel about that? What do you when you think about the industry standard, what comes to mind, Alaya?
Okay. So, so in ballet, athletic body shapes were, at least back then. Now I could probably re-enter, but now I'm a little bit older. I don't know how far I would go.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I say something to you? If I may host,
Sure.
you need self-confidence. Believe in yourself. The industry need you today, tomorrow they don't need you.
Yeah.
True.
But also
You get out of shape.
Silas Pro. Also Silas Pro. There's a way.
They're gonna reject you. Right?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Go in the corner and cry and die?
Just
All right,
working
then.
harder.
But exactly, Silas Pro, you're not listening because Silas Pro, that's her profession. She can be herself, but the thing is, when it comes to the industry standard, which all industry have a standard, and I do understand. Maybe if you want the industry to change the standard, then you probably need to get together with people who have who are going through the same issue. Then you can create your own group
Yeah.
to fit
But
in
something that
to
is
bring
great
forward.
that's happening in Japan is that business owners, if you have a lot of fat employees, they get taxed more because they treat it like a socioeconomic issue. That means they're not paying people enough money to eat right.
Oh, they
It's
feel
very
like they
easy. It's very cheap to buy pasta. It's very expensive to buy vegetables.
Yeah,
Even if you buy healthy stuff and you just buy canned healthy stuff, it's still a lot. Like canned corn, canned peas, canned fish, canned meat.
Yeah.
All of that is
Yeah.
healthier, but it's still not enough to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And I feel like the wages here in America are so low. People you know, in order to save money, people are cutting back on groceries. What is it? Cereal stocks are going down. Pop
And
Tarts
and the
stocks are
and the
going
US
down.
you said, right?
Stocks in junk food are
You
going down. So people aren't buying junk food, but America is still very big. Like, okay, buying oats, even like oatmeal.
but
A
you're
lot
saying
of it is ultra
Alaya, you
processed.
saying that in the US wages are very low
Yeah,
compared
in
to
comparison to in comparison to the cost of living.
oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It depends where you live in though.
Across the board. Like where I live in Texas, the minimum wage is $7.25. I take care of disabled children, right? I have to go to school all the time to
Yeah,
update my
Sweden is good.
certificates. I have to pay for these classes yearly.
Yeah.
And I'm only getting paid $1 more than minimum wage, and I don't get health care. But I work in healthcare.
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you this. Does your size affect your dating experience?
I would say the way I choose to wear my hair does more than my size.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, when I wear my afro, I get the very hotep type of black guy, or the white guy that likes black girls and just loves everything very black. You know what I mean? Braids, the afro, and the moment you straighten your hair, it's oh my gosh, you destroyed your crown. You know what I mean? When I wear colored hair, very bright hair colors
Sister,
to attract women.
sister,
Oh, you attract women, really?
sister, are you wrong for wearing your crown the way you're supposed to be?
I don't know. It's just sometimes,
She attracts women sometimes.
No, but ask your question though.
In my opinion, when I didn't cover my natural hair, attracted white.
yeah, I try to wear more colored
Really?
hair these days.
Be proud of who you are. So,
Here's the thing. My hair gets really dry.
answer something.
It's just
You don't
easy
eat
to
like a
do.
pig, excuse my language.
Come again?
You gain weight. That mean it's your genetic. It's your nature. It's just like your hair texture. You can't change that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
I
what
see
you
it's
try to
better.
do.
Skinny forever.
Yeah, these days I just try to eat healthy in general. Like this morning I had certain
Be
meals,
have self-confidence, sister.
an apple.
Okay.
But
Love yourself the way you are. The way you become in this earth to be.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So I have another question then. In that situation, so when you say not your body but more your hair affect how your dating experience is. So skinny and healthy. So what are your thoughts, Alaya, about the skinny versus plus size? What are your thoughts, or is which one is better in your mind?
it depends on what the fashion trends are at any given time. And where I fall within that. If low-rise jeans are in style, not so much. Uh, now, now we have like these milkmaid dresses that are trending and in style, and now it's about like traditionalism. So sporting a more traditional aesthetic seems to be better. It just depends on the brainwashing of society at any given moment.
What do you mean by what do you mean by what do you mean by the what do you mean by the brainwashing? What do you mean by the brainwashing? What do you mean?
So, thank you, sister, for clarifying that, right?
What do you mean by the brainwashing, Alaya?
Okay, like I said, people like what they're told to like.
Who's people?
Yeah, who?
Society in general.
What do you mean?
Okay, the big giant BBLs were a thing that everybody wanted and everybody liked it, and men loved it.
Do you okay, all right. So
Are you
let me
agree with that?
let me ask you something. Did you have Alaya, did you have Did you have a BBL
Did I
yourself?
have a BBL?
Yeah.
I did not.
So, but that
Genuine
means
support of my friends who did. And
okay.
now they're getting the BBLs taken out because the trends have changed, and now it's like, society has shifted, and now everyone thinks BBLs are ugly, and now they're going for smaller BBLs that are more realistic to their body types.
Okay. So it's because of society or just people just following each other?
Follower or leader? Which one are you?
I just do whatever the heck I want because I know that what I like will become a trend at some point.
Yeah, okay, but why do you care about what society is
May I say
saying?
something?
No, hold on. Why do you care about why society is thinking?
Why?
Because it helps me navigate through society a little bit easier. I get to blend in. If you
Go ahead,
be
Silas Pro.
formed to a certain degree, you find more success. People don't like friction. They don't like rocking the boat or disturbances.
Okay, society shouldn't dictate your personal preference.
May I say something, host?
Go ahead.
Access her knowledge for a second. I'm gonna say a question. Why is so important? Why what everybody think or what they what I'm saying, like why is so important to you what they think about you?
Money, because then once I have enough money, I can do whatever I want, and I don't.
It's not all about that, sister.
Money doesn't solve money amplifies.
This for you too.
Yep, it amplifies the problem. It makes the problem magnified. Yeah.
That's why a lot of people, excuse me, I'm gonna speak bluntly. A lot of people, they literally destroy their own self
Yep.
by believing money only. They think they have money, they can do whatever they want. No, that's not how this society, the life works. You have to balance that.
Do you know what I want is? What I want is actually really simple. I kind of just want to have a little cottage in the woods, and I want to help people. Like, I want to turn abandoned schools into shelters.
Now you say,
All right. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this then. So do
it's a given thing.
no, not that part. So do us can people assume what your health is based on when you are skinny or plus? So basically plus size.
Absolutely not, because when you're skinny, everyone perceives you as being healthy. And when I was my skinny, a lot of people thought I was healthy, but the truth is my hair was falling out, my nails were breaking, and I wasn't even getting a period anymore.
But the thing is, you said that you went on an extreme weight loss. So that's a different situation though, versus someone who
I
just
do extremes to maintain a certain level of weight. Like I was never that big at that time.
what is
And
okay, all right. So
Something.
William, when you're
Okay.
skinny, you're not as perceived as healthy because let me give you an example. Being a skinny girl in Africa is not for the weak. Everyone wants, plus size body types.
A chunky woman, put it that way.
Thank you. That like they want that. And being skinny, you look like you're malnourished. That's
You're
what they
sick.
call you, baby.
Today you're sick.
You're sick.
yeah.
yeah, but here in America, we like it's when you look sick is when you think we're healthy. Like,
That's what
okay.
I have to know.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
my height, they said I'm supposed to be 110 pounds.
What's your height?
1 kilograms.
That's in fact. Yeah.
Speaking of weight, and I'm an American. I don't know what kilogram means. So
No, we need confirm it. How much?
I'm supposed to be between.
Thank you.
Wait.
No.
How much? How long?
I gained weight due to an injury. My leg came out of the socket, and I was in a wheelchair for a bit. And I had to learn how to walk again. So I'm in the process of losing that weight.
Okay.
I am 170,
170 pound, right? 170 pound.
5'3".
So,
5'3"?
Yeah, I need to get back to
So you overweight.
yeah. Right now,
And that's a fact. You overweight.
absolutely.
yeah,
You
she's
five-
overweight.
you
Yeah.
5'3", 5'5", you You 170, you overweight.
170. That's around 77 kilos. That's
Right?
leave.
I weigh 180 pounds right now, 175 pounds.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that let's
You have
educate
to
each
worry
other.
about.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
body
about
fat percentage is
exercise and
37%.
other
Here's the thing.
things.
May I say something? You know, sometimes, let me tell you how to lose the weight.
All right.
Sometimes you're hungry, right? You feel hungry. But you're not hungry. You eat earlier, right?
Oh, no, I
So
don't.
what you do, you don't eat.
All right, Silas Pro. Hold on, Silas Pro. Last month.
I
Okay,
don't,
last
I
time.
don't eat a lot. I eat like once a day.
All right.
Maybe
CR.
you should just like, I don't think you should change anything about yourself if you're happy about the way you look. Honestly, it's not really a big deal. But if you feel like you need to feel more appreciated, then maybe you should try traveling to countries like in the Caribbean or Africa, you know.
Okay. To find why
It's not your space, it's not your space. Just go where you're loved.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. So
Like either the
CY
I want to get back to
CYC
or got injured.
CYC. Do you go where you love CYCC? I mean,
Me, I'm at a stage in life where I don't really care. Maybe if I start caring about, you know, wanting to be attractive to other people again, then I'll go where I'm loved. Though, which is funny because I'm skinny. I'm from Africa, so that's not where I'm loved. But I'm in Europe, and at the same time, I'm black. So,
what does that have to do with anything?
Europe is kind of racist, It is, not to lie, and it's hard to. When one problem goes, another one comes. So at this point, you just learn to live. Just learn to love yourself. And
Okay, but
be enough.
okay, so you don't find the black guys in Europe, they don't find them attractive, or they're not your type?
Where I live, there are like no black guys, so I feel like that's also my fault.
Oh, okay. But you telling her go where you love, but yet you staying somewhere where
Well, I
you
have to be here for school. It's not like I choose to,
wait,
I
wait.
have to.
But didn't you choose the school though?
But it's kind of like what I do is very niche. So to find a school
Okay.
that focuses on that, let me first get this degree and then I'll go where I'm not.
Okay then. All right. So you have a plan. So you were saying earlier that size can make people assume the status of one's health. That's what you said, right?
Who? Me?
Yeah, because that's what you.
What?
So do you think size can, whether someone is skinny or plus size, do you feel that people can assume that they are unhealthy or healthy?
It really depends on like height and the BMI and stuff. You cannot just point out someone that's skinny and call them unhealthy. The same way you can not point out someone that's fat and call them unhealthy, or judge them based on what their appearance. Because maybe they did try to change it, but it's kind of like genetically predisposed to look the way they look now.
Yeah,
You know,
at this point, I do understand that, but I feel like all of this is a cop out. Meaning, as long as you're an adult, I understand if you're a child or if you are perhaps maybe a teenager, but as long as you're an adult and you are in charge of your own life, predisposition, especially when it comes to weight, that's something that you can see to it to solve it. And we live in a modern time. We are always talking about modern ways of being relationship, modern ways of being treated, and modern ways of interacting with each other. But when it comes to size, we try to excuse it as if we don't have modern methods. We do have modern methods. And yes, people do assume, whether we like it, just like we say, don't read a book by its cover or don't assume what's in the book by its cover. The fact of the matter is, we still do that. It's not something that we just can put aside. We do assume a book by its cover.
Can I ask you something?
And Go
The
ahead.
question you have up there, how would you answer it? Like you personally?
Thought skinny. It really depends. Skinny. If you're skinny and it's basically affecting your life, you are weak, and it's a lot of the time it can cause people. It just definitely changes your hormonal levels, and it has okay plus size or skinny. Once it's affecting your daily lifestyle and you are unable to do and to be who you are in terms of your activities, and your performance is being hindered, then it's not good. Then it's not helpful. So
But
how? Okay, so who tends to body shame? Alaya, you were saying earlier sometimes some people shame. Who tends to body shame? Are you as a woman? Who body shames you? Is it mostly women or men?
Um, Actually, nobody body shames me except for like my industry.
Okay. Yeah. But is it body shame though? Because since they have the standard, is it body shame? Because if they
Well, there's one thing of saying, hey, it's how you do it, not you know what I mean, not what you're doing.
what they give
Sometimes they are absolutely downright cruel.
such as can you give us an example for the newcomers? Like what was your profession? You say you're a dancer.
Yeah. I did ballet, tap, jazz, and uh, once I got older, I ended up going into a teaching role. Teach children. But then I had my injury, so now I just take care of disabled children.
Okay, you say the way that they said it was harsh, or how did they basically try to shame you?
So, okay. When you're rewarded and you go in and you get weighed, and your ballet teacher measures you and inspects you, and once I hit like 94 pounds, it was celebrated so much. But I also didn't have the energy to perform.
Okay.
I was still under 100 pounds, and I gained a little bit of the weight back. And it was fat dancers can't be lifted as easily.
Okay. But okay? How do you feel about that? And
I feel like we should have strong dancers, not weak boys to lift the girls or weak
wait,
men
you
to
calling the
lift
boys
women.
weak?
Well, because now we have, women taking on male dance roles. And, like I said, the industry has changed a lot. They're more accepting of stronger bodies. They wanted sleek lines.
Okay, but okay. I mean, she's shaming
And
men.
then fat dancers can't jump as high. Strong dancers can jump higher. Strong dancers can throw people higher.
Yeah.
So when you're malnourished and you're being celebrated for being underweight, you can't really perform.
Okay, but that's okay. Okay, okay. Let me ask you this: what about the other people, the other people that also does the dancing, who are in the shape that the requirement for to do ballet? Do they experience the same issue in terms of they cannot perform?
Yeah, there's a lot of times where ballet dancers have fainted on stage, backstage, in practice.
Okay, but that's just the industry standard, because every industry has its own standard. And the fact of the matter is, I do understand. Like I said, you say it's shaming. Probably it is shaming, because I think there's a part of it because it can be seen as shaming, and but just like you said, maybe some men need to be stronger, but that can also be seen as shaming, that you're saying that these men who does ballet are weak. Guys, like and follow y'all, and at the same
So you should be able to lift your own weight.
can you lift your own weight?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Like I said, recovering from an injury.
Okay.
But yeah, I can like press about 250. I'm working on my upper body strength. I can definitely do my weight with my legs,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, Alaya. All right. Thank you. So let's move forward to sister. What did you wanted to say? What's on your mind?
Hello. I wanted to say that it's very important that we look into ourselves first and how we feel or oh, these different weights, whatever, because we live in a world where like different um, standards are pushed out. Like sometimes you're gonna be big, sometimes you're gonna be skinny, you're gonna look this way, you're gonna look that way. And every single standard that is pushed out is very like unattainable.
So give me
And also,
something. Okay. So what standard would you say for you is more attainable?
oh, me personally, myself.
I'm talking to you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have the body I want to have. Yeah.
What does
Like
that
I
mean?
have, huh?
What does that mean? You have the body that you intend to have? No, I cannot see you. Anyway. All right. What were you gonna say
Yeah,
earlier?
I have basically the body I want to have, but my thing is that like when you look at things like BMIs and stuff like that, it's very, very, very dangerous because BMI isn't like if you're a curvy woman, if you're a black woman, like you will always be over the scale. So I don't think BMI is something that people should go after at all.
What should people go after?
Not the BMI anyways. You should like focus on yourself. Like, do you feel good this way? Are you healthy? Like when you go to the gym, like do you get more energy? Do you yeah, like use kg. Like there's no need to go by.
Anyone using pounds, can you please use kg? What is pounds like? I'm so confused.
I'm not using pounds. I use kg. But yeah, like go, like check your weight. Are you healthy? Make sure you're good. Talk to a doctor. But do not tell them to go and tell you about this BMI thing because that is not true. Like I'm naturally slim, and I've always been slim. Like I've been slimmer than this. And when I went to school, they used to check us and they told me I was over the BMI. That's so insane. Because I'm literally body fat percentage is more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, the best. Yeah, it's more accurate. But again, I think what you say is just focus on what your body is telling you to see your size. Use the scale to see what your body weight is telling you. And BMI it's not accurate. I mean, it's a lot of things are not really accurate, but it just give you a rule of thumb. Because you can always look at yourself in the mirror and that will give you the most accurate version, but you have to be realistic with yourself and not just thinking, okay, I love myself, which you should already love yourself, but at the same time you have to be realistic with yourself. If you find that if you're gonna when you have to get up in the morning, get up from your couch, you have to be struggling because you don't have no your muscle that surrounds your body is not strong enough and you have to be struggling to do some common movements, then that means there's something that you need to put your focus on. And because especially if you're not a elderly person, if you are still a young or middle-aged person, then you need to find ways to keep your body or keep yourself as able as you can. So let's do to Magical Girl. How you doing, Magical Girl?
Good, thank you. How are you today?
I'm all right. So what was in your mind?
Are we talking about like skinny versus curvy women? Like what one's healthier or which ones are more aesthetic to look at?
What's on your mind? You can go about it.
Yeah, I think curvy women are more aesthetically pleasing to look at. I think it just depends on everybody because each body carries fat differently. I've certainly met really skinny girls that can pull it off too. I think it only becomes like unappealing when, you know, you're all fat, like you're obese, or you're underweight to the point of seeing like your skin and bones.
Okay. So okay, you say curvy. Curvy, when I think of curvy, what should we think about? What should come to our mind? What should we picture as a curvy woman?
Personally, for me, I think of like the classic Coca-Cola bottle or like an hourglass. So I think of like that shape. That's what I'd consider curvy.
Okay. All right. All right. And I mean, that's clear. So, okay, somebody says, as a plus size person myself, I can say being plus size is not healthy at all. Okay. All right. So, let me see. Anybody wanted to add something to what Magical Girl said?
Can I just
Yeah, go ahead.
feel like, you know, I'm not personally don't have any experience being plus size, but I've been kind of a little bit body shamed for being skinny, and so I feel like you would rather be skinny since like the question is asking, you'd rather be underweight than overweight because underweight it's mostly your problem, but then overweight it becomes your problem and everyone else's problem. For example, like plane seats, train seats, you know.
Yeah, I agree, but I also feel like being underweight becomes a problem for everybody else too, just in like a different way. So like Eugenia Cooney is a good example for that. Like even though she isn't physically a problem for everybody else when she travels, she's still a problem for, you know, young women and girls who are easily affected by things like an eating disorder, so like anorexia and bulimia. I feel like both are equally as bad, but one does more mental damage and the other one does more like physical damage to the people around them.
I feel like both can do mental damage because the same
Sure.
way someone might look at a skinny person and feel insecure about themselves is the same way I could look at a curvy woman and feel insecure about myself because I would feel like she has curves I do not have that I would want, that most people would kill for but would never get, you know.
What do you mean? Why would you say you never get it? What's see see why?
Like you said, some people are genetically predisposed, others are not genetically predisposed to be
But
a
I,
certain body type.
but I
Like, you
also
can
say,
work out.
but I also said that you can shift, you can be the one to change it also, huh?
That's true, but some people work out and look like Tiana Taylor, and other people work out and look like Chloe Bailey. No matter how you work out, the way your body is genetically predisposed to look like is how it will look like in the end. Some things you cannot change. Working out does not give you fat; it just shifts the fat to different areas. you know?
Fat.
I mean,
So working out shift fat.
like if you want to, the way it works, right? If you want to work out and try and look a certain way, you cannot say, "Oh, I want to take this," unless maybe you do like lipo or something.
But
you can-
have you worked out before? YC? I mean, see,
Yeah, every day.
how long? Or you work out every day?
Yeah.
Every day.
Like, I do different parts of workout. Like I walk and then I go to the gym 3 days out of the week.
2 days after the week. And what do you do when you go to what would be your goal? I would assume is to put on muscle mass, right?
No, I usually work on core strength,
What the hell? That's good.
glutes. I don't really like the whole muscle. It's not my aesthetic, but
Okay, then what do you want then? Because you said you've been body shame. I thought that you meant that you wanted to make some changes, or you wanted to at least do something
My goal right now is to maintain the way I look like. Because yes, I've been body shamed, but I don't really mind the way I look.
Okay, then that's important. And does your because some people will say that they are skinny, and because of this, because that they are skinny, it could affect them in ways like such as they feel weaker. But you are going to the gym, so you should be able to build your strength, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect your daily living standard, basically, your lifestyle. Or
Yeah,
would
but at the time before I did, because that's how I got into the gym, because I felt like weak, you
okay.
know.
Yeah. That's good for you. What is she thinking? I don't know, Lindsay. All right, guys, you can find coaching in the link in my bio if you like coaching. And guys, I would appreciate some gifts as well. And you can check out the gift gallery, such as this. Okay, so we have a new person, Kristen. How you doing, Kristen?
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
So I've always been slim. I think like the previous person I worked out since I was in my 30s and now 50, and I just see how as you get older and you're aging, it's a problem moving around and the illnesses that people have. My mom's 85, she's always eaten well, never overweight. I will never let myself get overweight purely because of the fact I know the diseases that come with that.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I don't think you should be in your 50s and not be able to move unless you have a condition. But if it's a lot of us eat too much, that's the problem. And that's just reality. And the biggest battle you'll ever have in your life is to put the fork down. And I just think, people say thick. Check the BMI. I'm in the medical profession. Check your BMI and stay within those parameters and you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But to not be able to walk at 60 is a problem, and I'm seeing that increasingly.
And thank you, Kristen. So is it increasingly, are you seeing it amongst what type of body composition that you are seeing it? What type of
Well, all I can say is BMIs are rocketing. We are accepting higher BMIs now and saying it's fine, but we don't realize that leads to issues of diabetes. All those issues are coming up now. And when you ask people what they're eating and you see their plate, you are eating too much. I can eat too much. I could eat a 3-course dinner every night. Chips, Nando's, all those things. Cook fresh food, reduce your portion size to a normal plate. And as you get older, do a lot of strength training to stop yourself becoming weaker, because naturally your body becomes weaker.
Sure.
I always say I exercise and work out now, so I'll be able to walk around in my 90s. It is possible.
It is true. With Kristen, that's what I've always been talking about on my platform as well. Because some people, especially some women, and not in a bad way, but it's just that we get so much bad information. Some women think because they, when it comes to us men, we would naturally go to the gym to lift weights, but some women are concerned that they would build muscles that are big as men, and for that reason they probably shy away of actually going to the gym. And I'm like, no, you should
High protein.
high protein.
Just don't let your BMI creep up to 30, 40.
Exactly.
And say you're curvy, you're overweight. Sort it out before you can't walk. This is reality. I would say when you can't walk, it's harder to have a sick body and get better than a body that maintains.
Yep.
And there's 50-year-olds that can still do up their shoelaces. I can still do cartwheels and stuff in my 50s. That should not be abnormal. It should be the norm.
True.
And take all that advice, turmeric, lowering your cholesterol, eating healthily. And sadly, you have to do 80% of the time, you have to eat properly and nourish your body with organic food.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And a lot of people saying,
Can I just say something really quick?
sure, hold on, sister.
If you are a COK person, if you're someone with a different heritage, these BMIs do not work.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm glad that you
I'm
mentioned
naturally
that.
slim, and I have I've been told before that I am over the curve, and I'm like, you can check my pictures and my videos. I am very, very slim, but I am built a different way than that, like
Okay.
a white tea woman would be.
I'm a big
All
okay
right.
woman, and all my family used to be extremely overweight. Now they've all dropped.
Yeah, I have
We all dropped.
overweight
We all
my
said we
family.
were thicker, and until finally there was a reality check of we need to lose weight. They needed to lose weight. I started to offer, so that they just started, and that was in my 20s. And it's all kept off. And my great grandmother's going up to 100 now, but she was huge. I'm not a big woman, but she lost all that weight. And I think, yes, you're right, genetics, but sadly, from what I saw, we were not thick. We were just used to love eating bad food.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it, education for us. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
I
anyone
get that.
Sis-
but saying
sister,
you should go
sister,
check your
let's,
BMI
sister,
when it's so
let's do this.
inaccurate.
Sister, let's do this. Can you tell me? Let's check your BMI right now. What is? Give me your age, or you can give me something close to your age. What is your age?
My BMI is pretty well right now, but that's not the point.
That's the point. No,
The
no.
point-
Look. You talking about BMI? You saying it's not accurate? Then let's find out. I don't have to say it.
It's not accurate, but I'm very petite. Like I'm very petite, but this was when I was younger.
Okay.
I was still
All right,
skinny.
but at this point, then it's no longer an issue. Why are you talking about something that was way in the past?
Because no, because here's the thing. There's other people that are built like me, and like now I am skinnier than I was before, but I was still skinny at that time too. So those people are gonna go there and check the BMI and hear that they're over the BMI, and it's not true.
What? No. The BMI is a rule of thumb. Some people will say it's not accurate, but it gives you an idea. Even if it's not accurate, it gives you an indication. It's not like, so again, if the BMI is not accurate, sure, there are different ways that you can
Okay.
use. It can be, it
I'm
can,
27.
all right,
I'm 165 centimeters.
165
Mm-hmm.
and weight,
And I'm 68 kilos, 69, maybe 68, yeah.
68 kilos. Okay. It says that you are borderline, you are in normal, so the high end of the normal weight. Yeah,
Okay, and I'm very slim.
that's what it says. But the thing is, okay, the thing is also it's close to overweight, but again, it gives you an indication. That's one indication, because also the BMI is for people. Some people some people can be very skinny or plus size, and it's hard for them to actually see it or really register it in their minds. And the BMI is kind of like an indication that they can actually visualize it as well. But for you now, you can see your body. You can actually you see that you are very skinny, as you said, you're skinny. I
I'm
wouldn't.
very slim.
Very
I'm
slim.
thick. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, does it work for you though?
Yeah, I work out. I stay in the gym. I eat healthy, and I know for a fact I'm not.
Red black women.
I'm not overweight in any way or shape or form.
Yeah. It's saying that you're normal.
I'm just like that is so not accurate at all.
Okay, what's it? So what is the accuracy? What is the accurate versus the BMI? Because it's saying,
You just said that I am just like a bit over.
no, it says normal.
Yeah, but you just said that I'm borderline like over. You just said it.
Okay, I probably yeah, but I'm saying now it says that you're normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I could say a lot of things, but if I make a correction of what I'm saying, then that's what we have to go on with.
I wouldn't recommend anyone to go by it. But yeah, go on.
I mean, I personally don't go by BMI just because I find it a bit confusing to understand. So I just go by like stones or pounds because it's
Okay.
easier for me to visualize.
Okay. All right. Also, okay. Again, that works for you, but for some people, the stone and the pounds don't work for them, because we have to also keep in mind this for some people, of course, you can see it as it doesn't work because we all learn differently. We convey or translate information in our minds very much differently. So this is one tool, and you have the stone or the weight that you use, which is another tool. So which is good. The most important thing is to find out what works for you. Saying that it doesn't work because for you this is not your personal favorite, then it's like you allow people to actually figure out what's really their personal favorite, because everyone has a different favorite when it comes to. Some people just want to look at themselves in the mirror and to be able to tell whether they are fit. They wouldn't use the pounds or the BMI, so that's a different measuring system.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that I don't use BMI because I don't like it. Personally, myself, I suffer from a learning disability. I have brain damage, so it's just easier for me to use pounds and stones because I can visually see it. I can't really understand a BMI.
Okay, all right, that's
And
good.
also, muscles weigh more than anything. So I just don't understand. Like, where would you go by BMI? It's weird.
Okay, all right, all right. Alea, any word that you want to say? You've been quiet. Alea, anything else that you want to say? Oh, I think she's off. Okay. So, last question. So you said, Magic Girl, you said you suffer with brain issues. What was that about?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, when I was free, my parents went to the store and they left me with my older brothers who were 14 and 16 at the time, and they were mopping up, and I wanted to go play outside. And much like any 3-year-old, I got frustrated because I couldn't do what I wanted, and I decided not to listen to them. So I ran outside and I slipped on the wet floor and I cracked my head open. And that was kind of how I developed my brain damage. And then when I was around 6, I was left outside in the schoolyard. My school told my parents that they had the amenities to, accommodate me, which they didn't because they left me outside in the pouring rain. And my mum only found out because she went to pick me up from daycare or school at the time. And she actually tried to sue the hospital and the school because they were like covering for each other. Apparently, the hospital knew that particular school because they had lots of different cases that were similar like that. But the case didn't go anywhere. But the doctors ended up telling my mother that if I was left out there for a minute or two longer, I would have gone into I think it was a coma that they said. So the fall was what triggered my epilepsy, but the school incident was what triggered my brain damage.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot. But
Okay.
how you doing now? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great now. I'm 27 now, and I try to live a normal life, or at least as normal as I can.
That's good.
But honestly, don't feel sorry for me. I generally don't know any different. I've lived my life now this way for my entire life, so I generally wouldn't know any different, and I'm very happy.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad that you joined, and I mean, you sound confident, and you sound that you overcome it. That's good. That means you are strong. Yeah. I have one last question. Does losing or gaining weight affect people's insecurities? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. It does. Like, I used to be, slim, I was pretty, and then I hit puberty and I got my hourglass figure, and personally, I think I looked really pretty. But at 17, I was essayed by these 2 boys, and I just started gaining weight because I was eating so much, because I wanted to make myself look as unattractive as possible, and at 27, I now weigh just under 400 pounds, and I decided that enough is enough. I'd like to join society again and, live my life. So I'm working on losing weight.
Okay, I'm glad that you're doing that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm doing good so far. My
that's good.
goal is to be a size 10.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do it. You can actually push yourself to actually do it. I think you have a lot of reasons to be able to do that though. And
Thank you.
yeah, you can. So I hope you'll come around. So because in my platform, we can help you to keep your mind straight, but also to be focused, basically. Yeah, to stay
Yeah,
focused.
thank you so much.
Sure, no problem.
And yeah, I will continue to lose weight because
Yeah.
one thing I miss the most is being able to run and jump. Like I ran track and field in high school, I rode in college, and as a kid I did ballet and ice skating, and I was always active, and I kind of miss that now, to be fair.
Yeah, and these things could be your goal as well. These things could be the anchor that keeps you going when you don't feel like it. The things that makes you motivated. So meaning that your goal is that you want to be able to run again, to do the things that you used to enjoy. And you're young. You know, that's possible.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm ready to join society again.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
And society is waiting for you to join. That's one thing for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We have Forever Baby K. What's in your mind, Forever Baby K? Okay, I think she's gone.
Hi, hello.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought you were not coming back. Can you come back, Forever Baby? Okay. So, I think somebody said in the chat, what is better? What is better, a man that goes to therapy or a man that does not? Well, what's better is a man that has a stable mindset. Okay, you got a phone call. Okay, I thought you left. So if you can come back again, Forever Baby K. Can we talk about men plus size versus skinny? Yeah, we can talk about that. Any questions? What about your questions? I think the same things that affects the women, sometimes it can overflow in the like in the men's section as well. What are your questions? Do you have any questions about that? When a man is too skinny, then it's really unattractive because he becomes, I don't know if you guys seen this a lot of the time, some guys, even during the summertime, they'll be wearing jackets because they're too skinny. It's a hard thing for them a lot because not only that, when it comes to the people who are around them, their group, their pairs, they become they are in the lowest point when it comes to the hierarchy. And sometimes some skinny guys can be also become bullies because they have this Napoleon complex, especially if they are short. They have this Napoleon complex trying to overly be aggressive in order to push their weight around to compensate for them being skinny. So I can try to answer the questions. It does create, a skinny guy has insecurities when it comes to his weight because he feels like he's not strong enough because, again, a lot of the time girls or ladies would want a man at least to be strong, right? Sometimes, it's not always the rule, but it's what most ladies prefer. And so let me ask you this, Magic Girl. What are your thoughts about skinny or guys who are skinny or guys who are plus size? What are your thoughts about that?
I personally like my man to be healthy. So as long as he isn't so skinny to the point that, I can see his bones and his ribs, it's fine. And plus size men are fine with me too, really. I don't really have a preference as long as he can make me laugh and, we can enjoy each other's company. That's
Okay.
all that really matters to me.
I don't see the request. Okay. I don't see the okay, that's what that's what matters to you. That he's fit and the skinny. Not yeah, not overboard basically. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I get it. So body shaming. I think body shaming also work for men. Or men can be body shame also. Even for us guys, the difference is we would tell a guy, yo, you so skinny, or dude, you why you so skinny, or why you or you're fatty, we'll also body shame, but it's just that it's different. When it comes to girls, ladies being body shame is like, no, ladies are just more sensitive, but us guys, we do the same thing to each other. It's more accepting, or we see it as just being honest. To be honest, it's just telling the truth. But you like, if a guy would come and tell you something about your weight, it would be body shaming, rather than if a guy would come and tell a skinny guy about his weight, it would be like, yo, change yourself, go to the gym or do something about it. I think body shaming is looked at differently when it comes to genders. It's just a different scenario because it's just the way it is. We just are different. Yeah, no excuse. For guys is horror. Yeah, no excuse. Some women like skinny men. Yeah, some women like plus size men also.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think as long as you're healthy and you can make each other happy, that's all that really matters. I do think it becomes an issue when, you're severely overweight or you're severely underweight, because then
True.
I feel like you're not just hurting yourself, but you're hurting your partner, because what happens to them when you're not around anymore?
Yeah, exactly. And it's because there's a healthy medium right in the middle. That's the healthy part. And that's what's gonna be, meaning it's not just healthy in your physical sense, but also healthy for the people that are loving you, or people that are in your life, and also to be able to live in society. And has body size affect dating size? I mean, dating experience? Yes, body size does affect a man's dating experience. I mean, you ladies could know that. You ladies would receive a man that is plus size. Not every woman like a man that is plus size. Maybe skinny, but yeah, but it's if a guy is plus size, then you ladies would want him to go to the gym to work out, right? It's more accepting, it's less accepting for a man to be over plus size. I mean, for a man to be plus size is less accepting than it is for a woman. And that's okay, because a man shouldn't have at least an excuse for being plus size, especially if it's not medical issues or accident, or if imagine no excuse, imagine everything is normal for him, then he shouldn't have no excuse to be plus size. Or even probably even skinny is different, because skinny could be that he's very active, because some guys are very active and then they are not eating enough, they're doing a lot of they're working, they're playing sports. That could happen. But plus size, a man being plus size is a no excuse with everything being normal. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it also depends on race too, to be fair, because whenever I'm up in London visiting my family, it isn't that uncommon for me to be hit on by black men, and I don't know what it is, but they seem to love bigger women.
Yeah, right. I don't know what that is too though, because for me I feel different. I love my woman. Yeah, I'm really wondering what is that about. Black guys. Is there any black guys here?
Yeah, like it's strange because I did put on all this weight sort of as like a mechanism to protect myself from not being around men anymore. And then when I go up to London, they're calling me baby girl and
Baby
saying
girl.
I'm big and sweet like a watermelon.
So basically, they see you as a nice snack.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. But how do you feel about that in general? Is it defeating the purpose of what you intended to do, or is it like how do you feel about it?
Um, for me, I never really stopped to think about it as a possibility just because, like, I always knew that most black men like bigger women. Like, my mum's very attracted to, sorry, my dad's very attracted to my mum because she's a bigger woman. She has like really big hips and thighs and boobs. So, like, I knew that. But at the same time, I basically live in the countryside where it's mostly white, so I never really thought to take that into consideration when I'm up in
It's the
London or
location.
in the Caribbean when I'm visiting my family. So
Yeah.
I try to escape it out in the countryside only for me to still get hit on when I'm visiting my dad's side of the family.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Well,
But
some parts.
yeah, it's okay though. I mean, I'm in a different place mentally than I was at 17. So I'm slowly getting used to men finding me attractive again.
That's good. That's good. All right. We have big appetite. What's in your mind, man?
Hello. I'm somewhat confused with what Magical said. Obviously, people have different interpretation of attractiveness, different elements that they find to be like engaging and so forth. And I had this big statement in my head, but I don't want to go there. Just to follow up on you, Magical, from your own perspective, from your own environment, how do you feel as a person living in society as being an individual, first and foremost through your professional practice, and secondly through your physical appearance, where you might be desired or looked upon, courted upon, and sought out as a romantic interest? How do you perceive yourself?
Um, a professional practice. I'm an independent artist, so I work from home and I set my own hours really. It mostly stems from the fact that I'm one of those people that hates being around other people. I'm very much like to be by myself, not even just because of my trauma. I've just always been that way ever since I was a kid. I've never particularly been fond of loud noises or crowds, so I like my own space to work and do whatever. As for like my appearance, um, I never really stopped to think about it. Even though I
Have you
am
really?
bigger, yeah, like I've never really stopped to think about it. Like I've never really considered myself attractive or ugly. I put a lot of
Okay.
effort into my
Okay.
appearance.
I do apologize.
It's
I
okay.
myself, I do apologize. When I was 13, 14, 15 years old, I would look at the mirror and I would say, like, I felt lesser of myself. I felt like I was not attractive. I felt like I didn't have the good jawline or a good physique. I felt lesser of myself. And that was a point in high school, right? Right now, I'm 31. I'm beyond that, right? Just to bring that experience that I felt, I'm assuming that maybe when you grew up as a teenager into your youthful adulthood, was that a point of contention? Did you feel like you want to engage or belong? Did you feel like you want to be desired physically and romantically?
Well, yes and no, really. Like, I've always had this idea in my head that eventually I'd get married and I'd have a nice husband and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't enjoy modern dating. I've tried it before, and most of the time, all they seem to want is physical intimacy with no emotional intimacy. And I've personally always wanted the relationship that my parents and grandparents had, so I'm kind of in this weird space, really. But as far as it goes for like my appearance, even though I am bigger and I need to work on myself, I put a lot of effort into how I dress, especially if I'm gonna leave the house. Like, I like to wear a lot of pink, I'm very hyper feminine and stuff like that. So even though I don't personally think of myself as pretty, I still put in the effort to look as presentable as I can, because at least how I grew up, my grandmother always told me that people will treat you how they see you dressed. So I just try to make a good first impression with people.
Well, if you could just jump in on that, I'll say as much. I've seen your profile picture. I can only judge you on that, right? And
Yeah.
looking upon that, I will say that you look like a lovely individual. You seem so gracious and so beautiful
you.
and so kind. There is this elegance that I spread that, right? And make all the best of that. Don't thank me. Just I don't want you to be thankful. I want you to be strong. I want you to be informed about where you stand, and I want you to be very heavily bound to where you stand, because I think you're a very beautiful person, right? You're very beautiful and you're very desirable, and I think you have a lot to give the world, right?
Yeah.
And that is just upon the physique element, right? And most of us, we have these points of contention. We have these points of self-reluctance. Whether we think, are we enough? Do we meet a standard and so forth? And I myself, I've had those dialogues with myself, looking upon mirror. I wish I was prettier. I wish I was taller, and so forth. I think all of us do that, right? But going through and through with all my experience, trying to bring that back to your environment. From your picture, you seem like a lovely person, a purely lovely individual with so much heart and so much, to give. And when I see that, my question is like, when you look upon yourself, how do you what do you think is lesser in your environment?
Last
What do you
question,
think that you
big appetite. Last question, and then we're gonna give some Essence a chance to speak. Last question.
No, just yeah, thank you. But I think you are perfect the way you are, and I'm just curious, like, where does this contention come from in your position?
Personally, for me, it mostly comes from my older sister, really. And, after what happened to me at 17, my mother didn't really believe me. In fact, I went without help for maybe a year. So I would have been 17 when it came out, because I still remember being at a meeting between my teacher and my parent, and my teacher told my parents, look, she's gotten really violent, she keeps on throwing chairs at the other students, and she keeps on getting into fights. Has she gotten any help for her medical and mental health? Because after what happened, and my parents were just like, no, what does she need it for?
I'm sorry, Mitchell.
It's okay.
Would you say you were aggressive or violent during that time when you were 17? Would you say that was a reaction for any part?
Yeah. At 17, I was horrible. I was always getting into fights. I was very violent. I beat up most of the boys in my class too, to be fair. I was a very dangerous girl at 17 to maybe 20.
If I can ask you, what do you think motivated that? What do you think was the fuel for you acting that way?
Last question.
Personally, for me, it was how I was treated at home, because at least in my culture, especially with my dad,
Yeah.
my mum also comes from a similar culture. But in the Grenadian culture, how it works is if you're the youngest, you shouldn't really be heard. It goes the parents, the oldest, the second oldest, the third oldest, and then the youngest. So I'm just essentially at the bottom of my family, and nobody really listened to me or took me seriously, because to them I was their baby and I had nothing to complain about. But
No, okay. All right.
If you can.
All right. So I mean, magical girl. You see, even not only the black guys trying to shoot their shot, he trying to shoot his shot too. So Essence, you've been here, Essence. I know what's on your mind, Essence. You've been wanting to, yeah. I'm doing good.
Um,
Hello.
Magical, I just wanted to let you know that thank you for sharing your story. I think you're such an inspiration, and I
True.
love everything you shared. To be fair, because you didn't have to.
True.
Well, thank you.
No worries.
She's brave. That's brave of her, to be honest.
I just wanted to say with this conversation, because I've been popping in and out, and I'm seeing the women come up, but I want to hear from the men because we don't talk enough about men's bodies, men's mental health.
No, this is about body today. This is about body. Alright.
That's
So
what I'm saying. So I would love to hear
I'm here.
from a guy's like point of view or perspective, because for me, I feel like when it comes to women, men not always have a certain standard, but there's a certain standard ish. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No.
Not everybody's like big appetite.
What do you mean?
But some men have like a standard. They like a particular look, or they like a particular physique. Yeah. But when it comes to women, I feel like women are very different. Like a woman can just like a guy because he's funny or she likes his teeth. It wouldn't really be so much whether he's like super fit or he's super skinny or he's super whatever. That's what I was saying in the comments before, that some women like really skinny men because
Yeah.
they believe certain things about skinny men, or they like really big men because they believe certain things about them. So that's what I'm saying. I would prefer to, what I would like to hear from a woman's standpoint.
I would
Okay.
love
Then
to speak on that.
then
I would
what's-
speak on that.
what? Okay. What's your question? Do you have a question, or you just want big
So my
appetite?
question basically is, how does being super slim or super big affect a man within male dominated spaces? And how do men think they are navigating dating, or how are they navigating dating through these spaces? And is it the same for like the way a woman would feel?
Of course
Do you
not.
get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
do certain men feel like if they don't meet the certain standard of like tall, dark, and handsome, chiseled, then they're not gonna get a match? Or like, so how do men do it? Because I feel like women are a lot more gracious than men. So I feel, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to hear from you guys. in that
Good.
standpoint.
All right. Good. Big appetite.
Within my own people, within my own center, we have a specific way to approach that dialogue. But before I go into that, I would really love to hear the host, to hear their standard approach.
No. Go ahead. You go first. You speak your mind.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, more often than not, men, when they seek partnership, when they seek romance, intimacy, they look for youthful people. They seek for a youthful environment, right? So people who are slender, lean, people who have like smaller breasts, smaller hips, and so forth. It seems to be a point of contention that is like the most desired effect, right? And people seem to follow up upon that, right? I have always been like above the line. I look for more like voluptuous women who are like more brazen and more outspoken. It's an environment of my own upbringing, because I'm like Moldova, Suceava, Romania, so that speaks a fact of that. And this is why like I can speak about this to time when, but I would assume that both Essen and Madrigal, you're more from a Western European environment, same as the host. And so like where I can espouse time and time again about my values are East European. And by that measure, it might not follow suit. This is why I'm trying to hear, and I would love to invite the host to speak on this.
Okay. I think you didn't answer the question, to be honest. I think what Essence is asking, correct me if I'm wrong, Essence, is how does men experience the size situation, right? Oh well, okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like, what their experiences between like being super skinny or super plus size, like the way women would feel on either spectrum, like being desired, or like how do you guys feel? We don't know.
I talk about it, but since you were in and out, probably you didn't hear it. But when a guy is, first of all, plus size guys, there's no excuse for him to be plus size. As men, we would what ladies would call body shame. We would body shame a guy for being plus size, and also we say if a guy is plus size, there's no excuse. He should go to the gym. If it's not a health condition or an accident or defect or deficiency, I would say, in his body, then he's okay. There's no, it shouldn't be excuse for him as a plus size male. And when it comes to a skinny guy, with a plus size male, he will get less action. He's highly likely to get less action in the dating scene than probably a skinny guy, when in comparison to a skinny guy. So a lot of the time you had your chance. So a lot of the time, some skinny guys, but they can be chosen most of the time. But also to understand a skinny guy could be skinny because he's busy, he's active, doing sports. So that's a different way of seeing him. But at the same time, he can be very aggressive also because because he has to prove himself, and he has to fight or be aggressively to fight his way into the hierarchy of men. So that's one way of actually looking at it. So
I don't think you're right.
okay, all right. Look, you can add to what I say, but you had a chance. You didn't even answer the question. You went to the same situation. You said the same thing what the men have been saying all along. So can you answer the question and add to something than rather trying to take away, Big Apple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think East European standard of practice versus a Western European standard of practice regarding intimacy and romance is different, right? East European people were brought up upon the USSR, communism, and then there are different elements of engagement, right? People from the east of Europe would look upon survivalhood as the big element of contention, right? Women look upon men as, are they able to provide an environment of like being alive, right? Can they have pickles? Can they have farm? Can they have slaughter for animals, hunting, and so forth?
Yeah.
Eastern Europe is far more aggressive with survivally than Western Europe. Western Europe is upon like Britain, France, Germany, Spain. They're more sophisticated, and I think that's a great point to make. Western Europeans
Okay.
are-
All right.
Sorry?
What
Got to do with the size.
yeah, what does
Size
that have to do with the size? Look, Big
like,
Apple.
what's the-
The size of
Go ahead, Essence. Like
So in
since-
terms of the men now, if you're saying Eastern European men, so like what Super said, obviously, if you're super skinny, you can get picked on. If you're super big, like the way men would speak to each other, the
Yeah.
way like there's no excuse typically if you're a man unless there's something wrong with you for
Yeah.
you to either be on either side of the spectrum where you shouldn't be fit. So if you're bringing it in from a standpoint of being Eastern European, how does that affect the men from your standard in terms of either being super skinny or
Yeah,
super big? Like,
exactly.
is it permissible? Do you guys bully each other? Are there any medical
No.
issues that go on there? Like, what is it? And how do you navigate dating?
The main point of contention within the east of Europe is survivability, right? It's not about
I think that's everywhere, to be honest. Everywhere people want to survive, but I do understand there's different level. Not really. Everyone is different level. So in some countries, then people can. It might not be an everyday thing. Like when they wake up, they have to be trying to survive. It's all about the amount of resource we have. So the more resource you have, the less you think about your survivability. The less you have, the more you think about it. But go ahead. I want to hear what you're gonna say, though.
if you can make that claim, Romania was communist from 1948 till 1989, right?
Yeah.
That was not a thing for UK. UK was never communist. Romania was, right? People from the East of Europe were part of the USSR. Look at Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. Look upon Belarusia. Look upon these people were like East European people, part of the USSR with that conflict ongoing, right? And they
Big
had
Big
really-
Apple. Hold on, Big Apple. Can you take a look at the comment so you just don't think it's only me? Do you see this last comment here?
Isn't answering what is asked. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I apologize. My point of contention is to look upon the environment, the social environment of East Europe versus West Europe, right? If I said anything wrong,
No, you don't say anything wrong, But
You haven't said anything wrong, but you haven't answered the question. So
you haven't
you're
answered the
gone with your-
question.
which is absolutely fine. But
Yeah.
now let's talk about the
Rams,
skinny versus-
Rams, you want to come up? Rams, maybe Rams might come up. Maybe we can go about it again. So basically,
I have a follow-up question because I thought it
yeah,
was interesting.
maybe
what
we
you
can
said
go
so
that.
far.
Go ahead. Maybe the following
My
question
fo-
you can
My
ask.
follow-up question is:
Mm-hmm.
so would you, if there's nothing wrong with a female genetically,
Mm-hmm.
would you blame other females for why a female would either be super plus size or super skinny?
Oh, that's a
Women wouldn't.
great
Yeah,
question.
because women wouldn't
Mm.
bully or shame a woman into submission about her size, and if they did, then they would be considered,
Mm.
witches with a B.
Okay. Yeah, a B. Yeah. So the question on the table is, since for the male that are plus size, as men to men, we would body shame them, but it's more like trying to say, yo, get your ish together, get your act together, rather and trying to give them some form of motivation to change their ways. Can we use that same method towards women? That's the question, right?
Basically, like, because I just think it's interesting because female to female, you would have plus size or really skinny friends, and it's not for you to bully them into submission. Like, you wouldn't talk shit, you wouldn't talk bad to them and say, like, get your ish together, da 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 da. You want to
Yeah.
be supportive and nice and sweet.
Yeah, we do. I mean, yeah, we talk differently to each other, first of all. Is that we do talk differently. It's just that we wouldn't say it like this. And because a lot of the time, men, we don't want to hurt each other's. Also, men and women, when we talk to women, we don't want to hurt you guys' feelings because that's also the biggest factor. And we also want to find what would work. We want to be realistically to speak to each other in terms of what could work. Because if I would come to our lady and try to body shame her in order to get her to motivate her, maybe that way of motivation is not going to work for her, but for a man it might work. It has a higher chance to work for a man than it's for a woman. So it's about communicating a way of what would work for the person. For a
What if
woman,
it doesn't work for the man and it has an adverse effect?
what
Because I feel
say that
like
again?
we don't
It doesn't work for the man?
Like I'm saying, what if it has an adverse effect? Like somebody said in the comments, where is she? Breezy said, if they binge eat, bullying only makes it worse. So I feel like when we talk about men and we don't talk about, I feel like there's not enough conversation around men's mental health typically. And I thought it was very interesting because here you are, quite fit looking man, and you're like, we bully him into submission.
No.
But not bully him into submission, but like you talk shit to the guy and whatever. But I think it's interesting, like how would he feel?
Yes,
What if that doesn't work?
that's a good question. But I'm not saying me, but you asked me about how
I'm just saying,
men
I'm not saying you, but okay, fine.
how men would do it is by bullying each other. But the difference is, for me as a lifestyle coach, I will come in a different method.
Communicate.
Yeah, to communicate, to find out, okay, what's really behind the way that he's carrying. That's a different situation. But men will just go directly and to somewhat, body shame him in order to get him to lose the weight. But
Obviously, would that
when
method work?
sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
But mentally now, how would we now like shape that man?
Yeah, it does work, to be honest. How do we shape that man? Yeah, well, that's
Like, do
Rams.
you get what I'm trying to say?
What do you
We're
mean?
not talking enough about like trauma from like friends and peer groups and all these things.
Yeah,
So let's.
I agree
do you
with
get
you.
what I mean?
I agree with you. One thing that I've noticed as well is that a lot of the time, men, we are, for some reason, so many reasons why they don't want to talk about their mental health. There's a certain point where men gets, then they will talk about their mental health is when they have committed a crime and when they are behind bars. Probably they'll talk about it because at this point, that's when the reality of their decision all add up, and that's when they actually have to do it. Or it could be that when they become older in their 40s, then they have gained some emotional intelligence, then they feel that, okay, well, I can speak I can just express myself in some ways. But when they are, most times when men are in their teens or in their early 20s or even 30s, sometimes it just they we have this shell we have to protect ourselves in terms of not sharing with others, letting others know what's going on because we don't want to be seen as less than or weak. And that's one thing that men don't want to.
This is fluffle. Everything
Fluffle.
says fluffle. Let me address the essence
Look,
of the
look, if you cannot answer the question one more time before you say no, no, look, again, I'm gonna drop you because at this point you've just been disrespectful. I told you to add, then rather than try to subtract. That's what you're doing. Okay, you can come up, Rams. Because
I'd
that's
like to add as well that I do think that bullying in a form of motivation never really helps. I think it depends on gender, because I think it works more with men than it does with women, because that's what my sister tried to do with me. She tried shaming me, and in the end, it only really
yeah,
ended up hurting me, really. So I
exactly.
think it just depends on who it's being done to.
Yeah,
I feel like I agree with you, Magic, but I feel like we say this because we don't hear from men. So when you're talking to like a teenage boy and you're like you're chunky monkey or this or that, whatever he's got going on, in hopes that he's gonna lose weight, are we doing more damage than good? Because we don't talk about it, does it then mean that they are not going through that traumatic or going through this mental trauma?
yeah,
That little boy will now grow up to be an adult that is now scared of food or have some sort of what do they call it, like
Disorder?
like eating disorder, because men don't
yeah,
talk about these things. But
yeah.
there are a lot of grown men that are afraid to eat like normal.
Really,
Yeah,
I've
I
never
get
met
what you mean. I get what you
Say that
mean.
again.
of I've okay. One thing for sure, we were talking about men. I understand when it comes to boys, we talk with boys differently because we were just I was assuming that we're talking about men. But when it comes, go ahead, Rams. You've been wanting to say
So I
something.
was gonna say, like, listen, yeah, when it comes to guys, bro, we will chat crap about other guys. It's normal. That's just how guys talk. You know what I mean? Like, me and Super can go back at each other and be like, oh, you're looking a bit fat today, or you're looking this, you're looking this. It's normal because that's just how guys are. Obviously, to a woman, I wouldn't go and body shame women. That's not right.
Yeah.
Like maybe you just have to be a bit more careful with the way things, or like maybe you can motivate them to go, or say like what the benefits are. But for a guy, it's like it's not really bullying in a sense that I get like I know
It's kind of like tough love, to be honest. It's kind of
it's tough love.
tough love.
That's the best way to say it. It's tough
Yeah.
love. It's like if I had my best friend and he was looking super like bad or like in a horrible state, I'm gonna give him tough love. I'd be like, bro, get your ass to the gym now. You know what I mean?
Which is fine, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is mentally, because men don't talk about feelings and their mental
Yeah.
state.
Yeah, but the thing is, I understand essence, but we process things differently. Essence. I understand. It's like I do understand what you're trying to consider, and one thing is for sure, even sometimes it doesn't work because again, it has to be from someone who wants help, and someone who wants help. You can say, okay, go to the therapist or go to get some therapy. But the fact that therapy would work is because the person already make a decision that they want to fix themselves. They already on that path. Then you might say, is it the therapy that helped them? Yes, but also it was the choice that they made to start that journey itself. Yeah. So
It's like I was gonna say, it's like, you know, in life when someone gives you a piece of advice, especially like as a guy, like a lot of criticism, you can either take the criticism and improve on it, or you can just ignore what they say and stay the way you are.
Yeah.
It's with guys, I feel like it's it's less emotion, it's more logical. You know what I mean? Like especially if it's someone you're close to, they only want the best for you. Like me telling you to go to the
yeah,
gym,
true.
I'm not trying to get you to do something bad. I'm trying to get you to do something good. For
Yeah,
your sake.
yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
Good evening, guys.
Mhm.
I need to mention. Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice one. I think it's a question of communication because there is a difference between to say, "Hey guys, I think you are looking not that good. So what about hitting the gym?" And the other way is to say, "Bro, you're fat." So that's there's a very big difference. It's all about communication. We can give the same message with different words. So we just it's about the communication, and of course some people are gonna get this personally. They feel offended by such statements, but it depends on the person which we are talking with.
Sure. Okay, Essence, you have two men here. You can ask them your following question. I'll just, yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I think the follow-up question was just, it was the mental health thing, basically. I wanted to know that if you guys are giving each other tough love, like the way you're saying it, like if there's nothing wrong with them genetically, how are we thinking that they are feeling and processing it? But you guys are saying men don't think of stuff emotionally.
I mean, like, I think
Differently.
Yeah, I think it depends because some people are different. I'm not gonna say every guy thinks the same, but generally, it's just a tough love principle. Like, in life, as a man, there's gonna be a lot of ups and downs. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. As a guy, you'll know that life isn't easy as a man in terms of just go to work, do this, be the man of the house, be the man of this. You know what I mean? You gotta lead by example. So.
As a
It's
good
like-
man, as a good man, let's use
As a good man, yeah. So it's like you kind of have to be in that world, if that makes sense. And having someone to give you a bit of tough love does help a long way.
Sure.
Okay, but how would you take it from like your woman, yeah? Let's say your woman's like, you're getting chunky, go gym.
I'd be like, sure, because I know she wants to see the best version of me. She's not saying go gym for no reason, right?
Yeah, but also there's a different dynamic as well. My woman is like the same way. I could not go to my woman and say, "Hey, you're getting chunky, go to the gym," because there's a different dynamics. Why? Because there's love involved. Because when love is involved, then we become somewhat more. Yeah, it's different. That's when you should show.
You considerate the person.
Exactly. You suppose, yes, that means we are in love, we are intertwined. We're supposed to consider each other's feeling more because we listen to each other even more. You understand? There's a bigger closeness.
Because then that
What?
means your boy now, you ain't got no love for him and you just want to talk to him anyhow.
What did you say? Say that again.
I'm saying that that's not nice because if you're saying now that you're being considerate to your woman and the woman should be considerate to her man as to how she speaks to him in this manner. So I'm saying if that's your friend, why would you not speak to him with love?
You're hearing you're hearing, but you have to listen. You just said it yourself. My girl, my boys. That's different. That's a different relationship.
Two different worlds. Yeah.
With love.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm a chick. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, guys, we gotta do that. I'll give you an example. Okay? You could have your best friend. You could say you clapped ugly piece of crap. You could have the honest argument with him, and then next after 2 minutes time, you're just gonna be laughing like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And that's just how guys are, right?
Yeah.
That's the dynamic we do.
That's like giving, I don't know, it's giving toxic masculinity.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Guys. All the guys. Let's say yes. It is. Yes. Let's claim it. Yes. Exactly. Okay. And then what?
Nothing. I rest my case.
Okay. Yes.
I would love Breezy to come up so me and Breezy could tag team, but right now there's too many.
Who's Breezy? Oh, Breezy.
That's the thing.
No, there's
we don't
no.
hold grudges and stuff.
Exactly.
Like, you know how
Say it.
females.
No. How do you?
So, like, you know how females, for example, be like, "Oh, do you remember last week that one word that girl said to me in this text message at 3 a.m. in the middle of the
Sorry, I think that is you know why?
That's good. That's
They're friends, and they be talking. This guy said to me. Like they remember stuff. They just don't be saying it to you guys.
But
because with guys, it's like you could have the maddest argument with your guy friend, and they'll just forget about it.
yeah.
Forget about it. They're going to tell the missus. Trust me, they haven't forgot nothing.
Okay. That's that. Go ahead, Magic. Go ahead, Magic. Girl.
At least from I've noticed that they tend to deal with their problems head on, and we see it in fights too. Like men will duke it out, and then they'll be completely fine with it. Where with women, they tend to think more strategically. So, like, it's not necessarily that we're holding on to things because we're petty. It's because we're holding on to things because more often than not, nobody's apologized or acknowledged it. So we're gonna hold on to it until we get what we want.
Okay, guys, don't you? Okay, all the men here.
Yeah.
Sometimes don't you have to apologize to your girl 1, 2, 3, 4, multiple times?
I can't even count that amount of times.
Yeah.
Apologize, it hurts.
It
Well,
needs to be like our standard of apology. It needs to be up to our standard.
Okay, that's now we're talking about standard.
Did you really mean it, or did you just apologize just for apologizing?
Yeah,
Okay,
That's the one. That's the one.
that's the one. Yeah, Rams.
if I apologize, I apologize only one time, which was some words, with nice words, and afterwards I let, and I gonna make some, I'm gonna take some action. Like, let's have a lunch together, or let's have a dinner
No,
together.
that's an apology. That's a real
No,
apology.
but you know what I love about you lot and your apology? I have one thing to say.
It's another way to say I'm sorry about the effect for last
But
week.
you're not
Let's
saying
get a
anything.
dinner together.
Go ahead,
What's
Rams.
funny about a girl, right? You know when they never apologize? Like, you know when it's a girl who's at fault, or like she's done something wrong, it will never be like, you'll never hear an apology from her ever. Like, she'll just change the topic. Like, it will be her fault, and then she'll be like, anyway, so what we having for dinner today? What we watching? It's like,
You're right, man. You nailed it.
And Essence was talking about considering your boys' feelings. While what about our feelings, Rams? When we want to hear, wait, what? Sorry, what? Sorry, you made me do it.
That's
What?
the problem.
they will never.
Sorry, you made me do it.
The problem is women apologize, and then you guys want to take it far. You don't want to be like, wait, what?
It's not to our standard. It's not the. It's about the standard.
Oh my goodness.
Like Super says, it's rare. If you ever hear an apology, it's rare. You
Yeah.
gotta, like, write it down. You gotta take a video or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like women that take accountability will apologize, but in real reality, like, are they really wrong? Were they really wrong?
What do you mean? Say that again. Do you guys understand
Was
what
the
you said?
chick really wrong? Like, was she really wrong?
Oh, you hear magical laughter?
She knows what I'm saying.
She knows. What, guys? Do you understand what she said, guys? I mean, I get it, but
Yeah, I understand it. She's saying like, are we really in the wrong, or did you just mess up and you're just not like there enough to recognize that you messed up? Like you should be sorry, but you're making us say sorry. Like that's all.
like that,
Exactly what I was talking about.
like that.
For us, it's just rigged. There's nothing we can do. It's like a system.
Yeah, it's rigged.
Yeah, thank you for answering my questions, guys. It just goes to show at the end of the day, men don't have no feelings.
Wait. Wait.
Oh, no,
Oh.
I think that women are very choosy by picking up a guy. Hey, let's see what is working. We don't give a mess about what she's working, isn't it?
No, why I said at the end of the day, men have no emotions is because when we go back to the topic, skinny versus plus size, all of you, or majority of you, agreed that you would bully a man into submission and you're not thinking. And then when we spoke about how you would say it to your spouse, we said about consideration, but you wouldn't consider your boy. So at the end of the day, you're not thinking about the person's emotions because you don't have no emotions.
Wait. Okay. That's that.
Because boys are different.
But that's okay. Okay. I think Essence, you're gonna this is the hill that you're gonna die on. all right. It's funny. It's funny. Yes, Essence, Team Princess.
And
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think
Go ahead.
if we go back to the question, because the other guy wasn't even talking about it, it's talking about Russia or some weird stuff. What's it called?
I was gonna say, I think the important thing, whether you're skinny or plus, as a guy, girl, regardless, I think confidence is a big thing, man. Because I know, like, if you're like 100% confident in the way you walk, talk, behave, approach yourself, have a little bit of aura on your step, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether like you're a bit chubby or skinny. Just know that if you're 100% confident, I think that's gonna like take you far to wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? Because I've seen people who are like plus size, but they're super confident. So it's like, wow, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
confidence really is just it's just fake it till you make it. Like that's what confidence is really. It's just the whole fake it till you make it attitude.
Because look, you're not gonna like a guy who's like, I mean, it depends, but like, you know, if you see a man, whether he's plus size or skinny, if you see that he's confident about himself and he carries himself a certain way, that might be like super attractive. Whereas if you find a guy who's like a bit, I don't know, timid or just he's not that confident, or like he's just a bit rocky, you might be going, you know what I mean? Whereas if a guy doesn't really care and he's just himself and he's like, you know what I mean? Like it's I just think it's a good trait to have.
I even think it depends on the person, innit? Like some guys like curvy women, some guys like slim women, some women like big men, some women like really skinny.
Which one do you like, Essence? Which one do you like?
Oh la la.
I don't know. I don't know. I have different things that I like in different people. I like a good vibe.
No. We're talking about out here.
In all fairness, though, and this it's still relative. I don't know, because I could see a really skinny guy and find him attractive, and I could see, but I like a big man. I like a big dog.
You like them
Me
big?
too.
Okay.
So nice.
Big dog, like a 6'5", 6'7", 200 plus pounds, just big man.
Yeah,
Oh, like a plus size.
You know, like a
A plus size.
yeah.
So she's trying to do the rock, basically.
Yeah, dude.
My first celebrity crush. I figured out my type when I got my first celebrity crush at 13. It was Clark Michael Duncan.
Who's that?
He's the big black guy from The Green Mile.
Don't know.
Don't know.
What's The Green Mile?
Watch The Green Mile, but how's that your crush? That man like an uncle.
That was my thing. They're like.
I mean, hey, each to their own.
Yeah, but yeah, like a big man. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But then again,
But wait. Hold on. A big man like Chuck Norris.
He's a bit too old for me. He's in his 70s now.
but yeah,
That's
I think.
I like tall men, I like big men, I like so that would be my sort of aesthetic. I don't really have like a body type. I don't mind dad bods, I don't mind fit bods.
Okay.
But yeah.
I have a question.